and chocolate.
Yeah, like this week is like I broke my diet in half. So
Oh no.
I do a good job though. Like I'll be clean for a good month, and then I'll binge something. Like go out somewhere, and then I eat bad, and then I go back into it.
Hey, listen.
Yeah,
If you're having fun, you're doing something
exactly,
right.
exactly. And no one's gonna tell me not to eat wings. I always eat wings.
Well, don't you? Okay, can you be? Can you? Can you clue me in on whether or not you can just eat wings, right?
Well, wings are if it's baked. If it's baked or yeah, if it's cooked baked in ways, then yeah. If it's fried, no.
What about? Okay, well, I guess when you just anything requiring you to put it in the oven is the same thing as baking. I mean, oh, you can broil it, right?
Yeah, same
Oh,
thing.
why would you broil chicken wing?
Yeah.
Uh, mm, what about barbecue sauce?
Depending on the barbecue sauce, because there's a lot of sugar.
You right? That's part of what makes it taste good.
Yeah. I'm fine. Like hot sauce is usually fine. It just has a
Mm.
lot of sodium sometimes,
What
depending on
about
the hot
today?
sauce.
Like, aren't they good about that?
What?
Like a lot of companies today, like you'll find that they'll have like a type of hot sauce that says low sodium or whatnot.
Yeah, but it would taste like shit. So, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
so that's
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
damn.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the world of video games and
Besides
stuff.
hot sauce, yes.
Yeah. You know what's funny? A little story. So me and Tommy are planning to record us doing our own version of the Hot Ones challenge, or like
Really?
the hot wings and shit. So one of my coworkers named Slater. I'll shout out him out. Say hello, Slater. Um, he been bringing in every Thursday like two hot sauces for then that us for us to try, and we've been like taking shots of hot sauce every Thursday. It's fucking
You know what?
stupid. It's not the
Wait,
greatest thing to
wait,
do.
wait. You're doing it wrong. Where's the
Yeah,
chicken?
there's no chicken.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Tell
we
us later.
yeah.
Cook some chicken.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, so he brings in new hot sauce for us to try,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so we been taking shots because they don't have nothing to try it with, so we just take a spoonful of hot sauce and we been drinking it, and
Oh, I have a
it's
question.
not the greatest, but not the
Have you
smartest.
regret? Which one made you regret it the
I
most?
think the worst one we did try was the ghost pepper one he had.
Do you know on the scale where that one is supposed
Ghost
to be
pepper's
at?
pretty high. Like ghost pepper will be like, and if you go on this episode of Hot Ones, it'll be close to second to last.
What's that, like the atomic thing?
They're atomic, yeah. It'll be far up there.
Now let me
Ghost
ask
pepper
you.
is just it lingers, and I think that's the reason why I didn't like it because it just lingered and it was just hot. It didn't have no taste to it. It was just like I'm gonna burn your fucking mouth.
Now, is that a thing for hot sauces themselves to be tasty, or is it the main thing to provide heat?
I prefer my hot sauce to have a good taste.
Okay,
So I don't
gotcha.
care if it's hot. It's hot, but I'm fine with it as long as it has a good taste. So like mango habanero is probably really hot, but it tastes really good.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
I'm fine with dealing with the heat as long as you taste good.
Okay.
If you're just gonna be bluntly and just burn my fucking mouth, then I'm not gonna want it.
Gotcha.
So there's quite a few of them that he got that were actually really tasty, and I was fine with them. The one that we did not like was the ghost pepper one because that shit just lingered and didn't want to go away. It took like a few minutes to go away.
Gotcha. What milk is supposed to be situational? It doesn't work for everybody.
Milk is good
But what do you do?
because milk helps bring down. Milk helps a lot. Milk helps bring down the the heat because the lactate in it like helps prevent it. Well, not water's not the greatest thing to do, but water helps like just clear my throat more than anything.
Okay.
But
But
milk
I
is your best.
imagine
Milk and rice are the best two best things to have with spicy stuff.
didn't know about the rice. See, I can't drink the milk.
Yeah.
I'd have to spit it out.
Well, you could do like almond milk and
Does that work?
Yeah, almond
Oh
milk will
yeah, they
work.
did that on the show. That's
It's
right.
like a cream. Like you need the cream
I'm
helps
allergic.
it.
For,
Yeah.
okay, it's a weird thing. I have an allergic reaction to almond milk.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
So
if it's all of them,
oat
but
milk.
hmm?
You could try oat milk.
You're right. Okay, rice milk
There's
is
like so many different damn milks nowadays. You know what's
yeah,
actually not bad? Also macadamia nut milk.
really.
Yeah, I've tried it and it was actually pretty good.
I mean, macadamia nuts are pretty good too.
Yeah, I was surprised by it. Like it's kind of buttery, but it tastes really good. Like it tastes really good with like chocolate cereal.
Count chocolate, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, I have I have my days that I'm just in the mood for cereal. I'll look for like the ones I had as a kid, and those are the ones I would eat. I don't give a damn what I want the sugarish fucking shit. I want my cereal when I was a kid.
That's a part of me being, responsible. So I don't really
Yeah,
eat cereal
yeah.
like that anymore.
I
But
don't eat
damn it,
it. I don't eat it either. Like it has to. I have to be in the mood for it, and then I'll buy a box, and I'll be good for like a year after that.
but let me tell you, sometimes I just sit around just reminiscing about Count Chocula.
Yeah.
Damn, it's so good.
So now you
Terrible for
know.
you.
Funny fact. The Count Chocolate is a seasonal cereal now. It's not available every year, like everywhere, all
What?
the time.
I guess they just didn't want people, getting their feet chopped off. It's all right.
So they made it seasonal. So like during like Halloween, that's when you really see it out there for sale and shit.
I would think I would think the count would be Easter cereal, but I'll take Halloween.
Like again, before that, it was available all the time. So
Him and the what was it the Yummy Mummy, the
it was the blueberry mummy,
Blueberry,
blueberry, yeah, blueberry,
Franken. What's the
Frankenberry,
Franken one?
Frankenberry,
Frankenberry,
yeah, and it was like a
Frankenberry,
rainbow
Blueberry.
wolf or some shit.
Oh yeah, the wolf. I remember. He replaced the mummy.
Yeah, he was, yeah, and the blueberry,
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. I remember.
yeah. There was
Yeah,
they
they
actually
can't.
had pops with them too. Yeah, I've
Excuse
seen
me.
them.
Oh, they have. Oh,
Yeah,
hmm. I would take a Count Chocolate pop.
me too.
I like Count
I've
Chocolate.
seen it. Going into that, yeah. So cereal, like I have, cinnamon toast crunch is my go to though. Like if I really want like a sugar, like something from my
I,
childhood, cinnamon toast crunch.
listen, did you remember back in the '90s, around when they first made French Toast Crunch?
Yeah,
Okay, I swear they changed the formula for Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and since the '90s, it hasn't been the same. Like the late '90s, it hasn't been the
so
same
they
for me.
started using whole grains instead of the what they used before. That's why.
Ah, they started using real stuff and not like cardboard. No
Yeah,
wonder it tastes worse.
yeah, yeah. They stopped. In a while, like during that time, they started doing more whole grain than anything else. So basically, it tastes a little different.
That's why Lucky Charms isn't as good as it used to be. Like it's still, again, this is speculation because it's been a long time. I could say at least 5 years,
Yeah,
at least. But man, all that stuff used to be god tier. Now it's just like, you know what? It's real good, and I'll eat it once a year
yeah.
because I like my feet.
Yeah, I don't get to have it as much as I used to, but yeah, when I'm in the mood and I really want cereal, usually my go-to is cinnamon toast crunch.
Mm.
I
Okay.
like that one.
Have you ever messed with any of like the quote unquote high tier cereal? You know, like what was the name of that brand that comes in a white box? That's way too expensive.
What's special?
Um, like is it Kosi? Kosh?
Oh
So
no, no, fuck that
you know,
shit.
okay.
Yeah, I
I
don't. It's too
listen. I know
expensive.
a lot of it is health cereal, but there's like one of those. It's like this crunch thing they have.
Yeah,
Yo, it's like okay. Have you ever seen? Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it in the supermarket. The yogurt with the crunchy
yeah,
stuff on top.
yeah.
Like
It's
it's like a
granola.
cereal that's like almost made completely out of that crunchy stuff, which is like granola usually.
Yeah,
But oh my goodness, like they have this version of I don't know what it's like oats and something. That's it's up there.
yeah.
Low key like sleeper hit, man.
I'm making you shit like crazy too.
Maybe
All
I
that
don't
fiber.
yo in that realm of this should put you in the bathroom. Freaking was it Honey Bunches of Oats?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like that stuff is real good. Honey Bunches
Yeah.
of
I
Oats.
like
That,
Honey Bunch of Oats.
you gotta take that away.
Yeah, but that's also has a lot of sugar, and that's the reason why I can't do it all the time. It has like it has some healthy stuff in it, but then also has the sugar.
There was an Cheerios.
Yeah.
They made like a Honey Bunches of Oats that had
Yeah.
like yogurt pieces in it. Oh,
Yeah.
that shit is good. But once again, when you look at the size, it's like, yo, didn't you just put like 3 times the cereal as a regular Cheerio?
Yeah. They doing like a special one for like for LGB whatever I don't know.
LGBTQ.
Yeah. That's like it's called All Together, and it's gonna have like
Oh,
all
that's the
mixed.
one with the. Yeah, but I heard people is mad.
Yeah.
Already, they're like, yo, Tony the Tiger can't be on there. He's a racist bigot. And I'm like, yo, what you talking about? Tony didn't say nothing. He said 2 words, and he said, "Eat this cereal." The other 2 words we know is they're great. Look,
So how Tony the Tiger is a bigot?
how is that sexist?
He
I
don't
don't
judge
get it.
no one. He helps you with your sport. And
Listen,
gives you
everybody
cereal.
finds a reason to be offended at some. I don't know what it was. I gotta read the story.
Yeah.
Listen, this week's it gets better. I swear. We're not digging into the cereal controversy. Sorry. I don't care. Cereal controversy is not worth it.
No. But why people?
I gotta find out. Maybe the count said something racist. I don't know. I don't.
But
maybe
I think
maybe-
it's Kellogg's, so it's all the Kellogg's characters.
So maybe Milton Kellogg. Oh no, you know what it was? Wasn't it? Have you ever heard the origin of regular? It's not even Frosted Flakes. It's regular, like, what's the name of the generic one?
Cornflakes?
Cornflakes. Did you know the origin of that?
What?
The cereal's origin, I forgot the name of the person who made it. Obviously, it's the Kellogg. His last name is Kellogg, right? But he made it as an anti-masturbation tool. The reasoning being that the bland, flavorless cereal will not excite you or something like that. It's something to the effect of this cereal will keep you in a state of mind that is very like calm. I have to look up the exact reason, but it's really bad. Like cornflakes is secretly a recruitment tool for something. You know what I'm saying? Like for like some kind of cult ministry or something. Yeah, man. Cornflakes is anti-masturbation.
Yeah. So I'm looking at.
I'm just saying, you learn something new every day.
I'm looking at the Kellogg's All Together cereal and what it has into it. It doesn't sound good whatsoever.
As in the cereal itself sounds
Yeah,
like
it's Fruit Loops, Rice Krispies, Corn Flakes, Frosted Flakes, Mini Wheats, and Raisin Bran.
you're saying they're keeping all of that in one box?
It's all in one box called All Together.
The fruit stuff throws me off. Everything else that's not fruit oriented, the Rice Krispies, the Raisin Bran, well, even the Raisin Bran, but I like Raisin Bran Crunch, so that's like Raisin Bran with additional things.
Okay,
Right?
it's not all together. It's not like the cereal's not all together. It's all like in different. It's in variety packs inside a box. Someone actually made that clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Kellogg's the Kellogg's anti-masturbation thing is mostly false,
Yeah.
but it is a bit of truth in it. What's true is the creation of cornflakes was part of J.H. Kellogg's broader advocacy for a plain, bland diet.
Yeah.
So, without referring to cornflakes in particular, Kellogg elsewhere recommended a plain, bland diet as one of several methods to discourage masturbation. So, technically, in combination with a plain, bland diet, yeah, cornflakes was supposed to help you from touching yourself. So there you go. It's not really marketed on the box as "Don't touch yourself, eat this cereal." So no, it's not as one-to-one as that. But It's in the wheelhouse. So next time you look at a box of a regular ass cornflakes, you be like, yo, I know why I don't eat you now. Just fucking.
Oh man, and knowing is half the battle.
See, why couldn't it just be? Why couldn't it just be some positive message like Cheerios? Hey, don't die.
Yeah, we hope your heart.
Yeah, let's help you in some way.
Cornflakes, don't masturbate. God's watching.
Yeah, God's watching. God's watching. Yeah.
Jesus watching you.
Oh, Jesus' face is on every flake. That should be on the side of the box.
Oh
Holy
man.
milk.
You know what I don't like? Before we get into our video games and everything like that, because this is just a random conversation. You know what I don't like? And this is like a church thing. When parents use God as like, oh, he's watching you.
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy as shit.
Yeah. What you looking at, man?
Shout out to Menu with the Opinion and me, my godson's mother. So we did his baptism like a couple of weeks ago and shit. And she was like, "Oh, you don't be quiet. Like God's watching you." And I'm like, "Yo, that's creepy. I don't want him looking at me either." Shit. I was like, "Why are you threatening him? Like he's watching. He's like a freaking bird just watching. Like, yeah, don't be doing things." And I'm just like, "Why?"
Well, I mean, it's extra creepy if he got that deep voice too. It's like,
Yeah, right. And my mind is a deep ass creepy voice too. It's like, I'm watching you here. All right, let's move on. Because
I'm trying to figure out what the controversy for the other cereal is though.
Oh, the controversy is I don't know. Like a lot of people just saying, oh, it's a lot. I'm looking at Twitter and most of this post is like, oh, if I eat the cereal, I'm gay, and I'm like,
isn't that a you problem?
like you're probably before you ate the cereal.
Part of the problem for making that corny ass joke, like that's the problem, is labeling shit because it has the rainbow flag on it. It's like no.
I was like, I understand what you're doing. It like if the proceeds go to like a cause and then I'm all fine with it. But if it's just like a corporate scheme kind of bullshit, then it's like whatever.
The other thing is it is limited time, so it is for a specific thing called Spirit Day, anti-bullying awareness campaign. Yeah, Spirit Day. So it's a specific goal, which doesn't seem bad. Although I will say, if you remember earlier this year, this was the same year. I remember every company jumping on the rainbow flag for Pride Day.
Yeah.
Company that you never heard say anything about pride rights.
Yeah.
Or gay rights or LGBTQ rights. Like, yeah, that's kind of egregious. I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, let's make some of that pride money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a rainbow box, a rainbow scarf, a rainbow. Yeah, that whole thing. I know what it's like when you're, what is it called? When they placate to you, you're like, oh yeah, like a black thing, and then you find out it's not owned by black people, kind of like BET.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand. So, man. But anyway, there's other more important stuff going on besides boxes of cereal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say that, but we're talking about video games.
We went to a crazy turn.
Really.
This conversation just started crazy.
Because it's entertaining, I'm sure, but it's also life.
Talking about video games, I wonder, was there ever like a video game for any cereal characters?
Yeah.
Who?
There was.
I think Captain Crunch had one for Atari.
I've seen it though. No, I think that game you're thinking of is Custer's Revenge.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what that game is, but that's not a good game for children.
I know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, Custer's Revenge was a game for, I think, the Atari 2600, where you played as General Custer, and the goal of the game was to make it to from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. On the right side of the screen was you, a naked, except for your hat and scarf, General Custer with an erect penis, and the goal was to, I think, dodge arrows as you walked your way over to a native woman who was tied to a pole. And what do you do when you get to her? You don't free her, you fuck her. And that was on the Atari 2600. Custer's Revenge. No bueno. There's been some pretty bad stuff. Want to learn about Beat 'em and Eat 'em? That was also a video game.
Oh shit.
That should be the picture for the podcast. Is just Custer's Revenge? Oh,
Yeah.
and I think it played. What was it, Yankee Doodle Dandy when you won? Is that no? That's not Yankee Doodle Dandy. What is that? That's like the generic fanfare. I forgot what that's specifically called, but it plays that sound when you make it to the woman,
Yeah.
and you just go to town, which is like 2 frames of animation of just back and forth. That's it.
Yeah.
Terrible stuff, man.
And I actually wrote it down. See if I actually like Googled it.
You never seen the Angry Video Game Nerd? That's why I learned about it. He did a whole thing about bad Atari games.
Yeah, and that was one.
Yeah. When you see, I think I want to let you see what Beat 'em and Eat 'em is for yourself.
Okay.
Beat 'em and Eat 'em. Like, look that one up. Just hanging out on the rooftop. What you doing on the rooftop? Just dropping semen into women's mouths. What? That was a video game. That was a video game. This is the stuff that went on, and people think today is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's been there, bubbling on the surface.
So one character actually had a video game, but it was only for PC. And that was Tony and Friends, Kellogg's Land.
Yeah.
And then Chex Quest.
Chex Quest, Video Game Nerd recently did a series on that video.
Yeah.
I mean, on that game. It's really good, apparently. It's like not Doom, Wolfenstein.
Okay.
It's a mod. It's really a mod of Wolfenstein 3D.
Okay.
And surprisingly, he found out that I think until 2018 or 2019, there's a new version of that game because the fans keep on like making new versions, and apparently it's just still good.
Yeah.
It's very, very weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yep. Where that rainbow at?
Yeah. All right. Away from the cereal talk, as we went in for the first half hour about cereal. News in the video game world. Anything new for Monster Hunter?
Not this week that I know of. No new updates or anything. They're still reeling from letting Rajang loose on the population. So they clean up the bodies right now, getting ready for the next one. So
nice.
That'll probably be next month.
I'm close to finishing Borderlands 3. This is probably the first. No, this is the second Borderlands game that I'll have finished. I'd never finished 2. I never finished the first one. I finished Tales for Borderlands, the Telltale game, and I am about to finish this one.
How'd you like the Tales?
I liked it a lot. That was probably one of the best story. I think that was one of the best Telltale games I played. Wow. Like, the story was so good. Even if I didn't know the world, the story it was so good. So like, you don't even have to play the games, and you probably still enjoy that storyline.
Okay, yeah, and I hear there's a character that's not. He's not faithfully brought up because he's never been in a Borderlands game.
Yeah.
And I heard there's a guy, like, he kind of has like a personality change for some reason, and people who knew who he was like, what?
Yeah.
I forget the name of the character.
I think it's Handsome Jack.
It is?
Yeah, because I think that's the character you play as in the Tale.
Ah, see, I didn't know. And like, he had a personality change for some reason.
Yeah.
It was like, why does he like that?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I'm really enjoying it. I just fought the boss, which I sent the picture. It was the Pain and Terror, which was a joke on Penn and Teller, and it was actually Penn and Teller talking. Well, Penn talking, Teller or not.
Okay, good stuff. I just wanted to go back to the cereal mascot. Although it's not cereal.
Yeah.
Well, there is a Tony the Tiger game on the Amiga, but that's not what I was going to talk about. I forgot about the Noid game.
No, I remember the Noid. I know he had a game. Cool Spot had a game. I know those mascots did. I was just thinking about cereal mascot ever had a game.
There is a Tony the Tiger game for the Amiga, but that's about it.
Yeah, I that's when I said it was Tony and Friends.
Jesus. Ooh, it looks rough.
It does look really bad, but I'm surprised like a lot of them didn't make like I could see Captain Crunch easily making like a making a game, like actually having a video game, because
See,
he used to have like a comic book in the serial.
Isn't he a badass in the comic book though?
The same shit. Like he was fighting the Sagi. Like they actually had like a full storyline for Captain Crunch.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like in the at back of the box, they were like continuing comic strips and shit, like on the box and everything.
His origin story. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, that's one I think it should have had a game.
Okay. Get some money. I mean,
Yeah.
make a Captain Crunch game happen, man. I'm just
There
saying.
we go. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, this would be the first like Borderlands, like the main game that I actually finished, because I never finished 2 or 1, because I always got lost in doing the missions, and never had like really good waypoints to where you had to go, so I just gave up.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's true.
I'm looking forward to Yakuza 4. That releases Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited. I haven't even touched 3 yet, so a long way to go.
Listen, we almost there to complete the collection. That's really what it's all about. Once you assemble the Zord,
Yeah.
please.
I'm a lot of buying the game twice because I actually want the.
Oh, you want
actual
the
game,
whole
yeah.
box and things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that is-
fuck, I'm not buying the game twice. I'll support them.
hold out and wait and buy that.
Yeah.
I hope it's not super limited. You
Yeah.
still can. You can still get the limited editions for like 6 and stuff for decent prices.
I honestly I have not seen them drop price in a long time, but you can still get them.
No, I mean like they're not outrageous. They're not like $100, $400 or nothing like that.
No,
That's-
they're like $60,
Yeah.
$70.
they didn't balloon. They're like close to a realistic price, but anything from like PlayStation 3 is gone.
Yeah.
So I hope this is not super limited.
Yeah, me too. But I know you're getting a steel case, and you're getting a case for the PS5 version, the Yakuza 5 version.
I'll take a PS5 version.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's see how the next 7 plans out.
I have faith in it.
Yeah.
I have faith in it.
From what I've seen, like I'm gonna play it, and just like I don't know.
Because I trust their storytelling. That's a part of the game that I have 100% faith in, that they can at least make something I can look at the cutscenes and be happy.
Yeah.
Because they're a company that like the RGG studio in particular. They have mastered their sense of humor. They've mastered action. Like the Yakuza action is so compelling, and all of their games is damn near on the level of any movie you want to watch in that genre. Like
Yeah.
realistically, you think about it, just how deep they've. I mean, because it kind of has the benefit of being a video game, but Kiryu's got a pretty fleshed out backstory.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, most of the characters in that series have a very fleshed out backstory. So like, even when a dude, you know how Yakuza does, it shows a man, his face comes up and it goes to black and white, doom doom, and it shows you his name and shit.
Yeah.
Yakuza has a way of, oh, that guy, you're gonna learn about that guy,
Yeah.
and I like that about the Yakuza like storytelling. So at least from that point, I know I won't be disappointed. It's just, I won't be able to manually kick dudes in the head like I.
Yeah.
I'll miss that.
Yeah.
Hopefully the music is still there. That's a part.
I hope it keeps the key elements of what the game was, and I know it's gonna change to evolve the game, and it's a new story, a new character, and everything like that. So I can understand the change in the pace, but hopefully it just keeps the aesthetics of what the game is. Because I love those games. They're great. I've still got to finish 0. I kind of went into Borderlands 3 and kind of I'm at the end of 0. I was trying to 100% it, and that ain't happening. It's not. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna
Anything that was like close to you finishing, like what was the main thing stopping you from 100%?
The dance. I can't win the dancing games.
Oh.
They're annoying the shit out of me.
Is there like there's not an item to cheat? Like usually they have an item to help you win the mini games.
The dance one, no.
Damn.
And the one I just won was the one for the girl for the restaurant. I was gonna try to complete the restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
and I was also gonna try to complete the building, the building thing, which I'm almost done completing that.
Which one is that? The real estate?
Yeah,
And
real
hit
estate. Yeah, I'm
zero?
almost done with that.
Okay. Okay.
So like, in that one, you don't have to win. You could land up finding him. It would just take a little longer.
Yeah,
But
that's
the
true.
other one, like like it's annoying. But like just to get the credits for like the highest score and shit for your
Okay.
the menu, because one of the things is 100% the whole menu. So some of those things are just like ridiculous.
Wow. Yeah.
The karaoke I could get, like I got some of them up there with the karaoke. Like I got over 90% of some of them, but it's still fucking hard.
I get. Yeah, I get it.
The baseball is a lot easier in this game. That's the only thing that's a little easier.
And that was zero, right? That has
Yeah,
the easier baseball.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
But other than that, it's fun. I'm looking forward to playing three. I'm gonna go through Kiwami 1, 2, and then I'm gonna do 3, then 4, then 5.
When is that? Is next? You said next week or 2 weeks?
Next week, next Tuesday.
Oh, nice. That's
So
even so.
four is up next Tuesday, and then 5 is in February.
Okay. Cool. So it's
So yeah,
not that.
sometime.
It seemed longer, but it's actually not that long.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to actually finally play those. I've never played them, so they're brand new games to me.
Yeah. 3 is one I really recommend. That's a good game.
Another game coming out this week, WWE 2K20.
Yep. Yep.
I've
If
been
you want
hearing a lot of shit. I've been hearing a lot of things. Something I will say this straight out. Like I felt like the game is rushed, and I feel like they should have took the time and delayed it.
I would. I can't say I agree because I want to see what if I want to know what it plays like. I just
Yeah,
want to know, did they at least get the engine working to a state?
I heard what I was reading.
Oh,
I think I forgot his name. I was looking at his review. Like he was talking about the game itself. Dex on YouTube. I want to
mm-hmm.
get his name right. Anyway, he was talking about like the what they tried to change the controller to make it easier, which they did not. It did not make it easier. It just made it a bit more annoying.
Really?
So like some of the signature moves, you had to press 2 buttons instead of the one, and things like that.
Wow.
They did things to make it to help new players, but they said it didn't really do much with the new players. Like you still have a learning curve to get used to the controller. Th- Again, this is a game that it started development by with Ukes and everyone teaming up, and then Ukes dropped out,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had to catch up and like that. This is why we did not see anything until like 2 months ago.
That makes a lot more sense now.
So my issue is, if he knew that this is an issue, why wouldn't you just like, you know what, we're gonna delay it to WrestleMania time? That would be a good space.
Mm.
WrestleMania, release your game with WrestleMania. One, it would get people hyped because it's WrestleMania, and two, I think it will sell better because it's WrestleMania.
It was so better because it's people. People will probably have gotten a better game
Yeah,
because, like you said, the time frame.
yeah,
That's the main thing. So
and
if they had what is that from now? 6 months? If you
yeah,
go 2 months and then four, yeah, they would have had another 6 months to get the game in a better state than it is now.
yeah. I think it kind of shot itself in the foot with doing that in that way, and now you're getting the criticism for it. And what I've seen and the things I've seen, it doesn't look to par to what the game should look like. It does look like it's on a last gen console and not a current gen.
Damn.
I could see them reason why they probably simplified the character builds and shit like that, because yeah, they do have over 100 characters in the game,
Hmm.
and each one has to be individually different than the other.
I can see that
So
definitely.
so yeah, I could see reason why there's limitations on the character builds. I tell you one thing though, the women look better in this game than they have looked in the past.
Oh well, that's a good thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing. But
But hey,
some of them
don't make
is
the long hair.
questionable too. Yeah, the hair
The hair
itself.
physics in this game are the funniest thing I have seen in a long time.
Like
Like, and
Bianca,
specifically during the story mode
yeah.
cutscenes. If your character has long hair during those cutscenes, it has a mind of its own. It goes through the character's face, it goes through their necks,
Yeah.
it just dances all the entire time, and it's just like, wow, this is
They this
hilarious.
game, I feel like it needed at least 3 or 4 months more to
I could see
develop,
that. I could
and
definitely
I
see
feel
that.
like they're rushing it, and I feel like they're putting it out because it has to be. We always put out this month, and it has to be put out. And I think they could have delayed it and been perfectly fine.
I I hope this is a wake up call.
It's
When are they
gonna.
going to get together and be like, you guys are keep making games that are so they every time it comes out, there's something that's just so glaring, and it's just
Yeah.
like, guys, take your time, don't rush it. Let's get back to what had people interested in the first place. You know what I mean?
And
I can never say that all 2K games were bad. There were
no.
ones that had people like, oh shit, yo, this is cool. Like
Yeah.
the beginning ones, there was someone in the beginning. Like, when did they first start? Was it the teens or was it before the
It
teens?
was 2K12.
So what I have heard, at least from people who are on like video game related podcasts and whatnot, was that like I think it was either 13 or 14. People were like, "Oh, there's something here that's actually really good."
The
I
one with
don't know
Cena
about
on the
what.
cover, I think it was
Hmm?
14. The one with Cena on the cover, I think it was one of the better ones.
Okay, so
13 was actually pretty good too. 12 wasn't bad. I think 12 was a transition for a new engine. That's when
yeah,
they started using the Apex engine, which that's what they called it. That's why Randy Orton was on the cover.
okay,
They started using that engine, and then I think 13, that was the one with CM Punk on the cover. That
okay,
was the one that was more popular because CM Punk was on the cover and things like that, and they had a good roster and everything. But I think 14 developed the gameplay a lot better.
got you. And again, it's not just been this legacy of people shitting on it. It had a spot where it got to a point where people were like, "I like this," and then you would hear the
Yeah,
but people still would say lead with "I like this."
yeah,
So now you're just getting people that's just waiting to see the car fire.
yeah,
That's not good. That's where it's at now. People are
yeah.
just waiting to see the like you want the people like, oh man, I'm so hyped, I'm so hyped, I'm so hyped. And there's more people just saying, I just want to see the shit show. And it's
Like,
like that's not where you want to be.
yeah, and it goes to show also is the fact that yeah, you do. I feel like this goes to all sport games, not just WWE itself. It coming out every year, you don't have enough time to really do something different with the game. You can do minor little tweaks here and there, but you're not changing the game up like dramatically.
I hear you. Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that's a big problem, especially with sport games today. Period, is the fact that it comes out, and it comes out every year, and every year it's small. It seems like it's a shorter wait. Like NBA 2K, for example, NBA 2K20 used to
Okay.
come out late October, like right before the NBA season started. Now it comes out like early September.
Wow. And
Um,
that's is consistently that time frame, or is it like sometimes it'll be shorter than that?
it used to be October. Like it used to be like mid October. Now it's like early September.
So it's September to September?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, it's still a year, but still, it's still a year means that's not enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
get.
like they even them getting fatigued with the gameplay and everything like that. Like the one thing the NBA 2K always had established was a good gameplay. Even now, right now, it's getting that fatigue of people just getting tired of the same fucking game.
There's a way it can be done, and I think somebody should try it. And here's my idea: is that I want somebody to take a wrestling game or a sports game and to do the live game approach. Do it like one, because it's actually turned around, like Destiny 2,
Yeah.
where it's one game, and the company involved will take 3-month intervals to, and this means the game's engine is made to support this. Is that in 3-month intervals they will constantly tweak the game,
Yeah.
they will mess with the stats, they will balance, and they will add on. And I think a sports game not the main one, not like Madden, but if it's successful, somebody should probably do it where they make the engines more flexible and able to be not
They
manipulated,
do
but
that.
no, but I mean like if every year you're putting out a new physical game, there's only one Destiny 2
Yeah,
that came out. Apparently, Destiny 2 is 3 years old now. So,
yeah,
and they just had a big expansion.
yeah,
So what I'm saying is, I wish, and it's probably not gonna be. It probably would be hard to get it off the ground initially, but I would like to see somebody see if they can make that work, where they make one base game instead of, oh, this. See the way you're saying it, it sounds like it's messed up because every time a new game comes out, you as a person who gets into the depths and into the the guts, so to speak, of the game, you could be like, yo, this is the same engine.
yeah,
This is what your problem is now. It's like you can feel the sameness. What I'm saying is, I wish somebody could take that one engine and then instead of making you pay 60 every time there's a new one every year, they can cut that in half and then make like expansions to each one to update it. And I
yeah.
want to see like, that could work.
That could
To
work,
make
but
the game
I think companies like EA and shit like that don't see dollar signs in that.
No, that's why Destiny's
Yeah,
like that. That
yeah,
because they can sell you season passes.
yeah,
That's kind of what fucked up. You know what? It's in hindsight, it's a good idea, but it was at the behest of a company like Activision, and Bungie got the fuck out of there.
hmm
Bad example.
yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah, and the thing with especially with like 2K wrestling, 2K20, and like the things that the sport games could do now that wrestling games can't really do same way is the fact that again there's so many different individuals in the game. Instead of like NBA, you can make some people look generic looking and it doesn't really fucking matter. Like you, as long as your stars look like your stars and the starting lineup looks like the starting lineup, you're fine. Everyone else on the bench don't have to look like exactly like the person on TV and whatnot.
Don't sell them too short though. Remember, wrestling games have been around for a long
Yeah,
time.
but I'm
So
saying, but nowadays we getting a roster. This is probably the largest roster WWE ever had nowadays than it was before.
mhm.
Like we
But
have look at
in
NXT.
terms of
Yeah,
in terms of raw assets, the characters aren't that big of a deal as compared to like the memory that it would take up for the detail in the arena, the
yeah,
detail in the what is it, the ramp where you come down,
yeah,
the detail in the up close moments when you have the models like right into the camera and stuff, like when they use different models and stuff.
yeah,
Where it's not the same exact thing. There's like the cutscene, the story mode where they're doing all the what do you call that, the mocap and doing
yeah,
the hand gestures and like I would say I think they could do it. They just have no incentive.
yeah,
But I think that's wrong.
yeah,
I think with all the characters in the game in today's technology, they could theoretically do a roster of over 100 characters if and make it compelling where they look like the people and have the correct movesets and stuff. But I think they still can make an open-ended engine.
yeah,
I think that's a better idea because it makes it easier to update a roster. It makes it easy to add a person's like complete move set and textures and stuff. Like if you make the game able to do that,
yeah.
like I think they could do it, man. But I really think they just don't have a reason to in their head.
Yeah. It could be. Honestly, it could be because I think it's something. Is it hard in that way? Probably, but again, look at games like Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. Still adding new characters, and they will have the game last for like about 5 years instead of like the 1 year it came out.
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
true.
then
That's
they'll
true.
probably have a season 2 of extra characters, and then maybe a season 3, and they can keep adding on to it. That's something like in the WWE style is the fact that they'll have to add like that more than like Madden. Madden, you just update the roster and you just move the guys that you already have in the game.
But I would, would you like? Let me ask you, since this is like a really interesting subject. Would you, if they could do that type of thing where they say 3 months in, announcement from WWE, incoming patch, and it's gonna be like some gameplay tweaks, maybe some bug fixes, but it's gonna do the thing where it introduces 5 new characters,
Yeah.
5 new completely brand new wrestlers, and maybe it's like $15, and that's after 3, maybe 4 months. Maybe $15 would be 5 wrestlers and 1 new arena.
Yeah.
Would you like that? Like, but I mean, I
Well,
don't mean like just content. I mean they have to do fixes as well, because as we see with these games, they are buggy
yeah.
from the jump. The
So
preview releases are buggy.
yeah, so like the gameplay and the fixes with the gameplay has to go in with the game. As long as you're supporting the game, they have to do that no matter what. With the
Mhm.
extra characters, it's pretty much their season pass. Their season pass has extra characters, and you'll get these 5 1 month. You get these 5 another month, and these 5 another month. And they go on so far. They give them new music and new characters. You have new move sets within it. Also, they add on more moves into like like 1 week it will be a move set that you actually get to download and shit.
So what was one? So what's one thing that in the current structure
Yeah.
where they do add stuff that you think would make the games better from year to year without you having to need to make a new game? Is there any ideas that you have, like, that you can make a wrestling game last the same, or maybe even 2 years, to
Yeah.
give them the 2 year cycle? Do you have any ideas that you think they could use to make a game last longer,
I
like a Mortal
feel
Kombat?
that they have the tools that they have done it with NBA. They have done it with like NBA 2K with the story modes and stuff like that to be like very interactive story mode, and actually have it last longer than what it usually does. Usually it only lasts is maybe 20 hours of gameplay, but to actually have a continuous storyline and build your character and things like that, I think people will take more time in doing it. Having that universe mode have kind of a mode within the universe mode,
Mentioned that before.
I think
Yeah.
that needs to be really restructured differently and actually bring back the creative storylines, bring back the have full control of the universe, and stop just adding the same universe mode every game. They have not done any updates to the universe mode in the last 3 years,
Wow.
and that's
And
a
that's
big
like
problem.
I was gonna say that's a centerpiece of
Yeah.
the series, Universal.
Yeah, like they honestly they took things out. They took the creator story mode out. I think 2K15 was the last one to have it.
Oh, Ghost Problems. Check out Ghost Problems.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that it needs to do. Like you have the tools inside the game that you could actually extend the time period of the gameplay. It's just the fact that they don't do anything to add on to it. Like like universe mode, even this year's has not got enough things to add on to it that it just makes honestly like what's the point of me getting 2K20 when 2K19 has the same exact universe mode
Gotcha. I understand.
and it looks better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So that's the thing, and you want me to buy a brand new game, but the game doesn't look as good as the one I had before.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's a issue. That's an issue going into with WWE and it losing Ukes as one of the partners, and I think that was a big mistake. They should at least had the game finished before they split.
Did they ever come out and say why they just up and left? I
No.
know it was to pursue their own things, but why so suddenly? I guess before the project was done.
I think that there's a lot of issues within 2K, the company itself, and I heard a
Okay.
lot of things.
Okay.
With that's not the only game that they had a falling out with.
Oh, Borderlands has something. And remember, that's published by 2K. I said,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not just it's a couple of companies that had that problem.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
damn. But see, look, I want to revisit it because you said you're gonna pick it up. I definitely want to get your like review of the
Yeah.
game, but I don't want to just sit and trash it. Like I want to hear your ideas after you get to play this year's.
Yeah. So
And I want to say like they could potentially save this game, the franchise.
yeah, I'm gonna have it. I'm picking it up on Tuesday, and
Okay.
I will have it. Again, my issues with it of what I've seen, I'm not happy with the graphics. I'm not happy with the way it looks. Some people actually look good though. I'll give credit when credit's due. Like some of the people actually do look good. Like I saw the Alexa Bliss cover. That was probably the best she looked in the last couple of games they did her.
Okay. I like the
They did a
season.
wrong.
Say
Dana
that.
Brooke looked fucking creepy as shit last game.
Oh, okay,
She
okay.
looked
You
like a
seen her now?
gremlin. She looked good. She looks pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Rhea Ripley looks pretty badass.
Oh,
So the ones I want to see they look pretty badass. Becky Lynch looks badass. Tony
mm.
Storm looks good. Again, I think the women look the best in this game so far,
Oh, good for them. I
except
like.
for Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah, but I could say on the men's side, at least the ones that they showcase,
Yeah,
Roman Reigns looks accurate. Samoa Joe looks pretty accurate.
Roman looks accurate. Rock has
Rock,
issues.
yeah, his face, his body is on point. It's
Yeah,
just that face for me.
yeah.
That's not a Rock. Who is that guy?
Who else? Tommaso Ciampa looked good, and he's actually
Yeah,
finally in the
right,
game.
right.
They had no excuse in not putting him in the game last year, and they just did not put him in the
Yeah.
game. They had his build. Again, he was in the game before, so it doesn't like.
Wow,
That's the thing.
right.
If a person's in the game before, you have to model.
And they didn't leave the company or anything.
No,
Yeah, that's weird.
because he was in the year before.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of issues and like that.
I'm gonna
Becky,
just highlight the one thing that it made me a little like, I don't want to say sad, but it wasn't a positive feeling towards it. It
yeah,
was a tweet from Adam Cole,
okay,
and I kind of felt bad that he had to tweet this out. I want you, if you can, just take a look at the match he tweeted out. It was like, oh, it's a dream match between him and HBK.
hmm
That man is not HBK. You look at the two models, the guy he's fighting looks nothing like HBK.
yeah,
And I just felt bad. I was like, oh, look at Adam Cole. That looks like him. That's cool. And then this other guy's just beating him up. And I'm like,
yeah.
what?
Like
That's Shawn Michaels? Wow.
so, th- so there's gotta be some responsibility like to point at during the game. Again, I'm gonna give this game a full game playthrough and try all the modes, try everything, and try my best to come up with a good review. It
Okay,
may be
cool.
it may be negative. I don't know. Depending on how the game is, I like
I
that.
mean, but
I want a good game. I hope it's a good game.
yeah, like I said, I hope you find something you really like about it.
Me too. I really do. All right. The one thing I'm actually interested in, and I think is gonna looks really cool, is the arenas, like the fucking demon arenas and
Oh,
the
the customer,
yeah.
yeah, you
Those
can
things
make
look fucking
hell.
cool.
Yeah,
Those
that's a
things look cool. I like the fact they have Nakamura. Like I don't like how Nakamura looks in his entrance. I'm looking at his entrance and it's just like, yeah, I like the fact they have his full bodysuit, but he's just dancing too much. I'm like, why are you dancing so much? I don't know.
because he's mysterious. He's the artist.
He's the artist.
Yeah, so he's got to
I,
dance.
I hate I hate Michael Cole sometimes.
Oh. Oh God. Yeah.
Like there's some people like Michael Cole that like when they say certain things, I just want to punch him in the stomach.
You want to tell like Shorty G?
Like Shorty G, like Boss Time,
It's
like
boss
the Big Dog,
the big dog.
Vintage. I hate the vintage shit. I hate it. I hate it every time. I'm like, they're not even that old. Why is vintage?
Old school.
Michael Cole, I'll punch you in the face.
Oh my goodness.
If I was able to punch someone in WWE in the face, I think it would be Michael Cole.
Oh man. I do think you're not the only one in line for
Like
that.
I like, you know what, whatever, Vince McMahon, I understand you have a lot of shit and you're old and shit, so you get saved from the punch in the face. I kind of want to punch you sometimes, but it's whatever. Like there's not a lot of things that you doing what you could do. You're lost with the times. You should research. You should ask your grandkids what you think of this.
Yeah, that's the grandkids, not your kids.
Yeah. I Michael Cole would be the one to get punched in the face.
Mm,
Yeah.
man. He really is grating when it comes to certain things, especially when he has to toe the company line.
Yeah.
That's a little annoying.
I feel like he's excited to say certain, like he has his ones that he did and he's excited
Yeah,
to say them, like Boss Time. I think he rounds himself up and he can't wait to say it.
Oh Oh yes, he gets hype.
I hate Michael Cole. And then I know he's a commentator, and the fuck. I wonder if they actually had two commentating teams. There's still one commentating team on this game.
Hmm.
Because the last one only had one commentating team for both shows, and seeing that there's two shows and two different commentating teams, hopefully they both do it.
Sure enough. Sure enough.
Because then I'll set it with whoever is the other commentator, not Michael Cole.
Unlockable Dio Madden. Oh.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And I think the other thing that they have not improved in those games is they haven't done anything more with the creative wrestler.
Okay. Okay.
Like there's a lot of things they could really do with the creative wrestler just to make things look better and make things look like nicer. Like one thing I always hated, and this is something I hated for a long time, is how the belts look around their waist.
I know what you mean.
I hate, especially like you're wearing a jacket and the belt looks like it's like hovering over your body.
Yes.
I don't like that. I want the belt to look like it's actually on around the waist.
Yeah. Man, that's a technology barrier, man. Like I wonder, how y'all can't. That's from like back in the day, man. Yeah. Still.
So they had some guys like in the last year's game, AJ Styles, when he came out with the belt, he had it underneath the vest, so it actually looked good. It looked fine, but you could see the graphics, like you could see the belt through the jacket. Yeah, but they did it in a way that it looked good, like the belt looked underneath the vest and stuff like that. And that's something I want. I want more of the look of how it actually looks on TV, not like if I create a character with the same outfit, he has to wear the belt over it because he's a creator character.
Yeah, that's those things, right? Remember, like back in the day, there was. See, I feel like a lot of video games in recent history have gotten better at distinguishing a created character from a main character.
Yeah.
And that's always been one of those things in like sports games and wrestling games, where it's like you try as hard as you can, but there's always one thing that makes sure you know that your character is a created character.
Yeah.
It's either like the way the belt looks on them, there's like a lack of like access to like some of the character specific moves or something. You'd be like, yo, why can't I put this on my character?
Yeah.
There'll always be something. A little, yeah.
Yeah, like I want that more, and also like yeah, it's just I want it again. I want it to look like the TV. I want the belts to look good and stuff like that. I would like for you to be able to choose if you wear the belt on your waist or on your shoulder. Or cool. Like seeing that other people have different ways of holding the belt, like Roman does the over the back. Rollins will wear it on his waist, and then when he comes out, he'll take it off. Same thing with Kofi. Kofi wore it on his waist. Yeah. So, like, I would like to have the option of changing that.
That's true. Yeah, that's interesting. True enough.
But yeah, I want more. Hopefully, again, I'll pick it up Tuesday. I'll play it and try to get something of a review out by Sunday.
Hopefully we got some positive stuff to talk about. So
hopefully, I'm really hoping because I'm spending about 60. Well, I'm paying. I'm getting I'm not getting the SmackDown edition. I was like, I'm not gonna spend $100 on that. So I'm just getting the deluxe that comes with the season pass.
Okay,
just get that, and you get the bump in the night. So you get the Fiend Bray Wyatt.
All right. Well, there's that.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, they probably played the soundbite of the scream instead of his music. That would suck.
I'll be mad
if he doesn't have that cool ass version of his song. Oh, that's a travesty.
It better have it.
Better not be that.
Yeah,
that's so
annoying. Oh man. Other things besides wrestling. Sonic got a new look, and it actually looks good.
Looks like a genuine Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes. Was that so hard?
I think it was. For whoever's making this, I think it was.
They're like, this is not my creation. This is not what I wanted. This was not my vision.
My vision, yes. That's exactly what they're
I
thinking.
wanted him to be a humanoid.
Like, oh man. Well, good to see that they at least understand what Sonic the Hedgehog did look like,
Yeah,
and they found a nice approximation for the real world.
they had to. They really had to, because not that shit was gonna flop really bad.
And yeah, I mean, like, yeah, this is one case where sure people are getting on the internet for like, oh, look what you did, you made the studio cave. But listen, they caved, and if they caved and they made it bad, oh, you just couldn't come back from that.
Yeah,
You just couldn't. You can't give in and then still mess it up. So thank goodness they gave in, and it looks fine. It looks
yeah.
just like Sonic the Hedgehog.
The Hedgehog.
The Hedgehog. He's like Ernest P. Worrell.
Yeah. But I'm glad they did it. It looks good, and hopefully the movie is actually good. Because what I saw from the movie, like beyond what he looked like, it looked like it was gonna be a funny movie.
Yeah, I was gonna just say that that terrible music, that not Gangsta's Paradise that they put in there.
Yeah,
Other than that, the trailer was fine. The
yeah,
trailer, it had its funny moments, like the humor, it hit me, and other than that, music just being like, what is this? Like, can I just be honest? That music threw me off more than what he looked like.
yeah,
I didn't really care because I was like, whatever, it's a movie. Of course they're gonna mess that up. So I'm used to it. I'm used to bad movie adaptations, but the initial trailer used Gangsta's Paradise. I'm still not over that. Why? Why? Is Coolio in the movie? Like, and it wasn't even Gangsta's Paradise. It was a cover.
yeah.
So you don't want to pay Coolio. So you suck even more. Why? I don't know. I didn't get it.
Nah, me either.
But anyway, maybe it'll be a good movie.
Yeah,
Or
I hope so.
at
I
least
really hope so. Because I tell you one thing. You want to know what doesn't look good?
what's that?
Terminator.
Oof. Oof. Unfortunately. He looks good in that damn MK11, but no bueno in the movie?
No. Like I saw the trailer. I have not seen a trailer that like got me like, oh, you know what? I want to go see this movie. No, not at all. Like I've seen the trailers. I have no interest whatsoever.
Gotcha.
And I like the guy. I like the Spanish dude that's in it. He played Ghost Rider in the Agents of the Shield show.
Oh, really? Who's he
Yeah.
playing this movie?
He plays the new Terminator. The
Oh, wow.
whatever. He's the awful liquid. No, and shit.
That is like a black liquid or something like that?
Yeah.
Do they have, does there any type of like low key explanation of what he's supposed to be?
Not really.
Or is he just another T8,
Yeah, he's a different
2000s?
version of the Terminator. He's like a more evolved version of the Terminator.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's pretty much what I got. What else? What
I
else?
mean, hopefully it's not as bad as the last movie. 'Cause I heard Genesis was awful.
It looks like it's gonna be. It does not look like I have no interest. Like it does not look good.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Disney Plus is right around the corner.
Good.
Um, you can add it on Hulu for $12.99, and you get ESPN as well.
See, I like that there's so many different ways.
Yeah,
Yeah, like there's a standard one, there's gonna be all these different combo packages with it. And you know what? They know what they're doing. They're getting this to get this in as many homes as they as not even human as digitally possible
yeah.
all over the world. So
Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna be a really good thing. I actually have a website thing that they're offering. Get paid $1,000 to binge watch Disney movies for 30 days.
really,
I was like, that's don't
cool.
seem that bad. If you only have to watch one a day,
Is it one a day?
I think so. Or you have to watch a certain amount a day.
Hmm. Interesting.
But they have a
Interesting.
list of what you gotta watch. Like if it's like one a day, then it's easy. But if it's like something like all day every day, then nah, that's too much.
I mean, you don't really have to watch it, do you? Can't you just turn it on?
Yeah,
like on a separate TV and just
Oh,
have
but
it.
they want reviews too.
Well, what if it's movies you've already seen?
Then
I
you
got a nice
right.
review lined up.
They want to see proof.
Unless it's one of those smart TVs, they want to have the sensor in it. They're like, okay, we want to see your track your head in front of a television.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
exactly. They
I
also
watch
got
Disney
Steiner.
Plus in VR.
Scott Steiner
You know
shows
what?
her his ugly
Speaking of
head.
in the future, shout outs to PS5. They came out with I don't think it was a leak, but there's like some I think patents came for the next version of PSVR that's going to
Okay.
be with PS5, which is like, I believe it's supposed to have dual cameras on it, so it can do in outer tracking, which is like better than having the camera track you. I hear,
Okay.
and it's just like I didn't get into the VR on this thing because I kind of I stood on the outside and looked in and saw that like playing a lot of the stuff I wasn't really missing experiences.
Yeah.
It is what it is. A lot of the games are good, but most of the stuff is just like it's just a different control method.
Yeah.
But there are a few exceptions, and one notable exception that's a mainstream game, Resident Evil 7. Like I hear that, and I've seen it,
Yeah.
but I haven't really played it. But that is legitimately if you can stomach VR, because I know some people, and that's my small thing is that I have a thing where certain first person shooters with it's the perspective I believe it is.
Yeah.
If it's like too close, I get nauseous. Like if
Okay.
the FOV I think it's called
Okay.
on the field of vision, and some games now you can actually tune that,
Yeah.
so you can make it like smaller or larger. But a lot of games like 360 era up till like maybe a few years ago didn't, and there's a lot of games I can't play. That's why it's kind of why I never got into Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those games like for extended periods of time it'll just make me sick.
Yeah.
I can't really talk about Titanfall because it has the thing where you go inside the mech to break it up.
Yeah.
But Borderlands doesn't do it to me at all.
Okay.
And it's just interesting. That's one of the games I really like to play. Like, but it's a first person shooter, so
Yeah.
it's interesting. But what I've heard is a lot of the first person experiences that are like games that were ported over, but were like made with VR in mind.
Yeah.
Not just like half-ass cash grabs. There's some pretty compelling experiences in VR, and I'm glad they didn't abandon it.
Yeah.
Is really getting that. It was like they could have just said fuck it. We
Yeah.
ain't
They
doing it.
could have easily.
Let Oculus do it. Let whoever's gonna do it on PC do it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're continuing on because they could be like Microsoft with the Kinect and just be like fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even try a different approach. They wanted to do Connect their way, and they didn't want to do it in a different way that was more consumer friendly. You know what I mean? There was a ton of privacy concerns, but aside from that, did you know Connect in its inception had trouble seeing black people? How do I know this? Friend of the show,
Yeah.
the Jinkies,
Yeah.
a Commander Farrell hit me to this. So, yeah, it's just interesting. It's just a lot of little things that's
You
like,
need
really?
you need a good light. You know,
Yeah, it's like
to
a
see
lot of
it.
things you got to be in like specific light. Then there was the whole area requirement of you need this much space.
Yeah.
And so obviously, VR headsets were kind of a way to like not have to deal with that at all, because then a lot of games had sitting in mind, so you weren't standing all the time. And it's a VR thing, so everything is basically taking place in a space wrapped around your head.
Yeah.
So that was a way to do something that was an interactive experience, the traditional VR route. But I am kind of sad Microsoft just gave completely up.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if there's going to be any type of that technology in the next system, though.
Yeah.
If they've managed to find something that could have worked, or it actually could help out the users on some type of thing. Like maybe they'll build in some sensors on the front of the Xbox. Like if you put it in a certain spot, you could do this. You can use gestures or something, like something hands-free
Yeah.
would be cool.
Because Xbox One, it came with the system.
Yeah, I know. And they had to stop it
Yeah.
because nobody was using it.
Yep. They
Really
used it
stopped.
more for streaming and People did use it more for streaming and for just telling the Xbox to go on.
Yes, that was the one. Yes,
Yeah,
Xbox on, Xbox off. Yes.
yeah. No one really used it the way it's supposed to. And everyone used it for streaming, and then that was it.
Yes.
To
Yeah.
be lazy.
So,
Xbox on, Xbox off.
and there is like a bunch of details. I didn't talk about it last week, but Sony came out and they disclosed to Wired specifically a huge detailed like dump of information on the controller,
Okay.
and they're trying to. I like a lot of the things that they're going for. They're trying to have programmable controllers so that the developers can make it so that there's well, Sony on their end is going to make the controller able to have triggers that you can adjust the resistance.
Okay.
And that's going to lead to developers being able to use that in game for different purposes, which can be good and bad if you do it wrong, obviously. But I'm interested to see how they feel because, I mean, the PS4's triggers, while not as good as like PS2,
Yeah.
because they were button, I still like buttons. I don't really like triggers. I don't
Yeah.
like the pull. But I will say it's a hell of a lot better than the PS3 controller.
Yeah.
So they have nowhere to go but up. Only thing I'm really interested in is because they're putting so much more tech into it, because they're saying they're gonna have a lot of more intricate features regarding the rumble.
Okay.
It's not just gonna be two motors that just when something happens, they're gonna like I forgot there's a specific term for it. I don't think it's force feedback. It's like it's the thing that phones do.
Okay.
You know where you touch the screen and the vibration simulates a button press,
Yeah.
and to your finger it feels exactly like you pressed a button. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know
It's
what you're
gonna
talking about. I don't know the name of it.
it's in that type of I think it's haptic feedback or something like that. Capacitive feedback is one of those two things. And so my question is not to you, but just in general, is I wonder if with so much tech being added to the controller, the battery life on the PS4 controller is dog shit.
Yeah, it is.
I cannot deny it. Although, I'm not gonna lie, it charges to full in like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to charge, and you also could dim the light that you have on your controller too.
But it doesn't last very long.
No.
You will notice you're down to 1 bar in no time if you don't plug it in. You're like, what? 1 bar already? Ah, fuck. So my question to them is just like, what up with that battery life though?
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna put all that tech in there. What's gonna happen? You know what I mean? I mean, listen, they are sturdy.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't, but I've dropped mines dozens of times. Still works. Never broken. I did my original one. I did like open it because what did I do? Oh, one of the triggers, like as a result of dropping it, one of the triggers started acting up, so I kind of had to like place it back in the track. And since I don't know what I'm doing, it doesn't have the throw it used to anymore. It doesn't have
Okay.
the thing where it stays up on its own anymore.
Oh, okay.
My fault, but don't take my word for it. Don't open your controllers, kids. Unless you know exactly what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, like, and then also you're gonna go put all this shit into controllers. How much are the extra controllers gonna be now?
That's the real issue. And especially if they want to go customizable out of the gate, oh boy, those Elite controllers, what are they? 150?
Yeah.
So you wanna pack in a 150 controller? I don't think so. So what's gonna happen? Are we gonna get packed in control? Well, no, you can't not do that anymore. Remember that used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Controllers were sold separately.
Well, the system when you bought a system, it always came with a controller, at least one.
I'm talking about back in the day, like way. I'm not talking about like a. Oh no, excuse me.
Every
Extra
kind,
controllers were sold separately. My bad.
like NES came with a controller. It came with a controller and a gun.
Mm, which I cut the wire because I saw Captain N. Don't do that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy in that sense. Like, how much is gonna be an extra controller? Like right now, you're looking at $60 for a controller. So how much more is gonna be for all that technology in one controller?
Yes, they still haven't even said what the price of the system is going to be, and it's out next year.
Sony's gonna go. Sony has to watch their price because look what happened to PS3.
I say no more than 450.
Yeah, like
I would,
PS3, I think they learned a lot off of the fact that when they had the big ass price tag of $500 and shit like that, and how it sold and what it did, like they got a lot of scrutiny for that shit.
it was the messaging too. It was
Yeah.
that guy on stage that said, "Don't worry, you will work a second job to afford a PlayStation 3." And when people heard that, they looked at him and said, "The fuck is the matter with you?
It's true.
What do you think this is? You don't make stuff that expensive, period.
No.
Like
Uh,
not for like a consumer level play device. Get out of here. You're not Apple." Like, and that was before Apple was like had that clout.
yeah.
So they couldn't get away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, like seeing that the digital thing is going to be a big thing. I wonder if PlayStation 5 is going to come with the PlayStation View.
Oh, and it wasn't made apparent. Shout outs to Video Game Apocalypse. I mentioned them last week, but they did mention that the games aren't just streamable for the new service that they lowered the price for.
Yeah.
You can download the games that you want to offer there. So that basically makes it a twice the better service, if only because the problem with streaming anything is internet dependent.
Yeah, so it's doing what Xbox did.
Yes, it's
Because you could
essentially
download the games, and as long as you paid the membership, the games is still yours.
so it's getting into the future,
Yeah.
and hopefully they keep that rolling throughout because that new price point is going to be a good thing, especially because they have confirmed and they have confirmed that PlayStation 4 games will be 100% backwards compatible. So with that said, you will hopefully have a full library at your fingertips if you have the pass,
Yeah.
and if you have a PlayStation Plus membership, because they pretty much, that's another good thing I least appreciate from both Microsoft and Sony from the inception of the services,
Yeah.
meaning Live and PSN. I still have all my games.
Yeah.
Still have my PS3, my PS1 games that they put up on the service. Like, you still have access to them. So
Okay.
at least there's that.
Yeah.
The library doesn't just go pff,
Yeah. Well, except for Ninja Turtles, if you don't have it still in your system.
or Mortal Kombat on Xbox.
Yeah.
Did you ever get that? The Mortal Kombat collection, the MK123?
Nah.
Yeah, they took that off of the market
Yeah.
because that was when Midway went defunct, and
okay.
Warner bought them and did not put that back out for sale.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that technically, if you have a system or an account with access to that game,
Yeah.
that's kind of worth some money.
Yeah.
And I have PT.
That's why I still have my PS3, my Xbox 360, because I have Turtles in Time and Turtles in there.
Yes, I have the other one, not the Turtles in Time. I had to get rid.
Yeah. We talked about that.
Ubisoft, how dare you?
Yeah. I almost bought the 1-Up arcade. I was like very close to buying it.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it. I went to Walmart this weekend. I was in Jersey on Thursday, and I saw it, and I was like, "Fuck."
So from an aesthetic standpoint, it was everything you wanted, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it eventually. I just gotta save money for it.
So did you? I'm about to say, you can't really ask a store clerk, "Hey man, how long you think till the screen burns out?" You can't really say that.
Nah, what I've been reading so far with a lot of the reviews, some people, it's not everybody, but it's some people that has problems with the screen and some people don't.
Okay.
So depending on which one you get, and you're taking a risk of buying, as long as you have get a warranty on it, I guess. And just make sure you get a warranty, and that's the thing. They do offer warranties on it. So.
It is an expensive purchase, so
Yeah,
they should give you something.
But it looks beautiful. Like, I saw it in person, and I was just like, damn, that actually looks really dope. Because it comes with the topper. It comes with the thing to put on top.
As in, like, to cover the sticks?
No, like, to make it bigger. To make it taller.
Really?
Yeah.
So about Okay, I'm not familiar because I haven't seen them in person. So they start at what height? Like
They're
about.
about 3.5 feet, 4 feet.
They come with the topper, which
Or,
means you can extend it to be like the same side as like the same height as like you.
yeah, as an arcade, as a
That's-
regular arcade. Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the turtle one actually comes with the riser. Usually, if you buy it by yourself, it doesn't come with it. So the turtle one comes with its own turtle riser, which looks just like the arcade cart
Oh,
one.
it has like its own key art and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. Is
Yeah.
the stick part, is it arcade faithful or does it have its own thing? Because I don't know about the size of it.
No, it's arcade. It's the 4 players. It's arcade faith. Like it's exactly 4 players. The way it looks like on the original arcade.
And do you, off the top of your head, do you remember what the art was for where the sticks are?
Um,
'Cause I don't remember that at all.
I remember it's pretty much like the original '89 arcade. Like the way it looked, the top, everything. It looks just like the '89 arcade.
Gotcha. Well, shit, I have to look it up then because
Yeah.
I don't remember what the. Because I remember like Street Fighter. I remember it was like a gray and black thing with the little fists on it
Yeah.
for the strength, like the little fists underneath the punch button, the little feet underneath the kick buttons. The what was the color like? Was it red, white, and blue buttons? It was like white, blue, and red or something like
Yeah.
that. And I remember at the top of the little thing, I think they call it the marquee, if not the top, up just at the bottom of the screen, it had the little move list.
Yeah.
But then I think I'm not even sure if the original Street Fighter 2 even had a move list. I think that was
Um.
added later on. I think that was like Champion Edition on. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I do not. I can't recall like 100%. But
Okay.
yeah, this one it has pretty much the same like the arcade. The way it's laid out is exactly the same as the original arcade. It's the light blue, yellow, purple, and red. Because in the original arcade, Mikey was yellow, not orange.
Wow, true story.
Yeah, so it's 100% like what the arcade looked like.
Okay,
It's
good
just a
stuff.
lot. It's just smaller.
Good stuff. I
But
like that.
it's a beautiful system. I'm definitely gonna get it eventually. But right now, I gotta save money for it.
Do you know if it's
$400.
customizable? Like, have you seen anybody
I
do?
have I've seen people put like has added more games into their systems and all, but I haven't seen people do it to the Turtle one just yet. I've seen people do it to the Street Fighter and the Marvel Superhero one.
Okay, cool stuff. Cool stuff.
Because again, the Turtles is 4 players and it's only 2 buttons. Street Fighter
Yeah.
6 players, 6 buttons, and the
Mhm.
Marvel Superhero one also comes with its own riser as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Sure, it comes with
Um.
more and stuff.
Yeah. Looks cool. And getting closer to the holiday season, those shit's gonna be hot.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Speaking
Uh,
of the holiday season, uh, coming sooner rather than later is Jedi Fallen Order, and that's for everything, I believe. Is it? Is
Yeah.
this? It's not Switch, right?
No
It's just
Switch.
Xbox. Okay, Xbox.
PS4, Xbox, yeah, PC, I think.
It like just looking at the latest gameplay footage they put out because you told me there was a trailer, and I see if you want to check out some footage, they have it on GameSpot.
Yeah.
It looks like the fidelity wise, it looks really good.
It looks really nice.
It looks like the thing I like about it is it's just even from looking at this, at least right now, I'm not sure what the core mechanics of the game are. It looks like there's a lot of flexibility with how you can play because I see this person is playing it super just badass force dude walking up to the stormtroopers, reflecting the lasers. They give you the slow motion thing where you can
Yeah.
freeze the beam in midair and you see it coming out of the gun in slow motion. That looks cool. And they're showing off like some of the more intricate combat. Like he's got this thing where he could ninja flip right over the enemy and land behind them and chop them up. And like it looks like what Force Unleashed was going for.
Yeah.
Force Unleashed unfortunately just became a gimmick game
Yeah, very much.
because of the engine where they made it where everything could be affected by the lightsaber. So it was just like, oh, let's just go around cutting everything. And at the end of the day, it was a mediocre game.
Yeah.
This looks like they built a bunch of mechanics and it looks like they built the world I don't want to say to have a Jedi in it because that almost sounds reductive. Like there's like you just said the same thing. What it just looks like is more fully realized. It's like it's not just full of gimmicky set pieces that are gonna fall apart when you swing your lightsaber at it. It just looks like a world. Because
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where the character is, but he's fighting a bunch of like I think it's the newer stormtroopers that they showed in like um damn it, what
The
movie
last
was that?
game, the Last Jedi.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So they're not just the standard stormtroopers, and it just looks good. Like the world they're on, it has a bunch of snow and vegetation and stuff, and it just looks really good.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I pre-ordered it when I pre-ordered 2K20, so I'm actually looking forward to the game. I like Respawn Studios. They're the guys behind Titanfall and Titanfall 2. So
Yeah, bro.
I'm a big excited. I'm very excited to see, and also I like the fact that they kind of like had control of this game because Disney was about to stop the damn partnership because of Battlefront.
I won't blame them.
So they're like, all right. They gave it to Respawn, and Respawn looks like they're really doing embracing the Jedi stuff, and I like what I see. I like the actor that's playing the main character, which he's known to play as Jerome in Gotham. He plays the Joker in Gotham.
Oh,
He's in
okay.
Shameless, and he's in a couple other shows. He's actually a really good actor, and I like the fact that they're using him because he's a pretty good actor. It looks just like him, so if you see his face, you see him.
Okay. It
And
looks
it just looks like a really good game. It looks like its own story. It has its own storyline and everything like that. It's not trying to be connected to the movie or anything like that. It's its own entity, which I'm happy about.
yeah. That's just man. Like I really recommend you look at the GameSpot preview. I'm pretty sure other outlets have it.
Yeah,
So when I'm first seeing it, just I don't know, and I think this is a Respawn thing because it is slow, very subtly giving me some Titanfall vibes.
yeah,
They have a way of doing like machinery and like certain like there's a blend of a really nice like almost peaceful like uninhabited planet vibe to this place mixed with the what are the Sith, them
yeah,
establishing a base somewhere. So you'll see like a cave that's like it looks all natural and whatnot, but then you'll get to a certain point where you'll see where the Sith built like their little hideout or whatnot or
yeah,
their fortress and stuff, and it's like man, Respawn is really good at doing that. Even with Titanfall, like
yeah.
the environments. If you haven't played Titanfall 2, please play Titanfall 2. It's probably like $5.
Or if you have one of the past, it's probably on there.
Free, yes, but like man, yeah, this looks like something else, man.
Yeah,
It almost feels like this game might be a sleeper because people fell off of it because it's not the game that initially got hype. I don't know if you remember Star Wars 1313.
yeah,
That was like 3 or 4 E3s ago. That was the Nathan Drake esque
yeah. I
Star Wars
remember
game.
that.
So the guy like scaling like some spaceship or something, and it was like lava at the bottom. He was gonna fall,
Yeah, I
and it's
remember that.
the intricate like climbing mechanics and stuff. I think hearing that well, I forgot who was in charge. I don't know if it was Disney was the one that canceled that game, but I forgot if it was EA.
No, it was EA.
Then they canceled the game, and so many people were just like, "Ah, fuck whatever Star Wars shit now. I don't care anymore." And I know a lot of people were soured on that.
Yep, because they gave us two shitty Battlefront games.
Yes.
Well, not shitty games because they weren't bad games in general. Like if you played it and you played the game, it wasn't a bad game. It
No.
was a shitty what they did with the game.
Michael Jackson's.
Yeah, what
Oh,
they try to like cash up on the game. Other than that, it was like the gameplay was mechanics were good. The gameplay was good. It
yes.
looked pretty. It's just
Char-
that the fucking microtransactions that they try to get out of everyone, it sucked.
yes. Yes. And that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So bad that they had to cancel the season pass and give everybody everything for free.
Damn right.
Unheard of. Just
Yeah.
like they messed up that hard.
Yep.
And I think they did it to keep the fans and to keep the license because that was a really big controversy.
Oh yeah.
Think about that.
They almost lost the license for Disney.
It tanked that game. It
Disney was
literally,
about to put their foot up their ass.
Um, but like I said, that put a sour taste in everybody's mouth because EA having that license meant that any future games, as long as they had it, was going to be published by EA.
Yeah.
So glad to see that a really like dependable studio is the one behind it.
Yeah.
It just looks amazing. I have faith in them. I have faith in them that it'll be at least a fun adventure. I'm starting to get do you remember from N64 Shadows of the Empire?
Yeah.
Like something about this game is giving me vibes from of that game
It,
where it's
ki-
like
you know, it kind of reminds me of the old Jedi games for PC.
I never got to play those.
They were actually, I think the Jedi Order or something like that. They were actually Jedi. I forgot what it's called. This is Fallen Order. Jedi Academy. I think it
That
was.
sounds familiar.
I think that I think it's supposed to play something like that. It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. It looks like it's doing what they wanted, Force Awakens to do,
Yeah.
and it's fully embracing it. And I think it's gonna be really good. It's supposed to take place shortly after Episode 3. So Revenge of the Sith. This is the timeline of the game.
One of the main people I see that they keep showing in this game, I don't know how far the story goes, is I don't remember his name from, and this is why I say a lot of these. I meant to say they look like they're from that movie with the spy, the girl.
Yeah.
What was that movie?
Oh, you're talking about the one Rogue One.
Rogue One, yes, because I forget the black guy's name now. Ghost Dog.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker's character is front and center in this game.
Yeah, it's that makes sense because it's right after Revenge of the Sith.
He's in here. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
It's right after Revenge of the Sith before Rogue One because Rogue One will be after New Hope.
So this would be before Rogue One.
No, Rogue One will be before New Hope. So this is in the timeline of Rogue One.
Yeah, that's why it looks so familiar.
So
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I like the hell out of Rogue One. That's my favorite of the newer ones. I
Me
didn't
too.
see the last movie. I liked episode. What was it episode 7?
Yeah,
It was all right. It was all right, but I really like Rogue One. Didn't see Solo.
yeah.
It's on Netflix, so I should watch it. Do you know when this is coming out? You said it's very soon. Like
November 14th.
November 14th. Yes,
Mhm.
so that's very soon.
Yep.
Also, while we're at it, in good news, there was like a bunch of articles from different video game news publications going out saying that I'm looking at the GameSpot one right now, about Capcom wanting to celebrate their good fortune because this year has been very, very good for them. Well, the past 2 years have been very, very good for them. Thanks to
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World, which apparently has sold over 14 million copies. It is their most profitable game ever and continues to be so, which is ridiculous with Iceborne. So, like, it's not everybody's bread and butter, but apparently it's got a big fan base.
Yeah.
And I'm glad for that.
Resident Evil 2 is probably one of the hottest selling games of this year.
Yeah, it's on that list of Devil May Cry and Resident Evil because they both came out 2019,
Yeah.
and they're both very much considered to be like very much successful.
Yeah.
Not necessarily profitable because I think Resident Evil did respectable numbers, but Devil May Cry did not do gangbusters, but it did more than what they wanted, which was like good.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is Capcom has many titles under its umbrella, including well-known and active franchises like DMC, Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, and Street Fighter. Capcom now says it wants to revive some of its dormant classics as well. Specifically, the COO of the company, what is his name? Damn, that's gonna be Haruhiro Tsujimoto. Was basically like, "Yo, man, we doing real good." Let me read the actual quote. That is ghetto. For the time being, we are placing a priority on maximizing the revenue from current core IP. We are also actively looking to utilize dormant IP, which is a good thing. Tsujimoto said, further, as the creation of new IPs is indispensable in generating medium to long-term growth, we are working to develop new brands as well. So basically, they want to do both. They want to revive old stuff and focus on doing some new stuff as well. But as soon as this article came out, whoever was posting it up, they were putting their slant on it. And the first one I saw was the picture of Darkstalkers Resurrection,
Yeah.
which was the call to arms, which was it was a while ago. I want to say it was like 2012, 2013. No, it had to be 2011. It was the guy that's the head of Street Fighter, Ono.
Yeah.
He had put out a thing, and I guess the way at the time Capcom was gauging interest was if the fans really wanted to support something, they would support the smaller side projects, kind of like how Bionic Commando Rearmed was a small side thing to test out. Hey, do people care about Bionic Commando? And then when Bionic Commando Rearmed did really well, they made that not so great Bionic Commando 3D game.
Yeah.
But that was how they were doing it. They did it with Dead Rising 2 as well. They did the Dead Rising Case Zero.
Yeah.
For Dead Rising 2, which was like the small little portioned off piece of the game that was like, buy this, and it was kind of like a test to see where the fans were. And it seemed like every time Capcom was doing a test of a small project, it would knock it out of the park. And then when somebody else would get their fucking grubby hands on it, they would turn it into this thing that was just kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
So what had happened was Darkstalkers, they had a little a thing like that, and it was called Darkstalkers. Oh my god, how do you even? Yes, thank you. They had a thing called Resurrection.
Yeah.
And it was literally like it's more recent than I thought, which is just interesting considering like the timeline and the system it was out for.
Yeah.
Darkstalkers Resurrection came out in 2013. In 2013, they were trying to revive Darkstalkers, but they were trying to do it that way that Capcom was doing it at the time. And that was, they put out a small thing that was a collection of all three Darkstalkers games. Like it had 1 and 2, and then I think it was hidden. One of them was hidden in there. Like it was like 1 and 3 were advertised, and 2 I think was hidden in the game or something like that.
Okay.
And nobody bought it. It was developed by Iron Galaxy, which is one of the best fighting. If you want to take an older fighting game and bring it into the future, you want to get Iron Galaxy. There is no exception.
Yeah.
And it plays flawlessly. Like if you've never played it, and if you like Darkstalkers, I still recommend. It's on PSN. I recommend pick it up. I don't think it's on current consoles though.
Yeah.
See, I'm not 100% sure if you could play it on PS4 or Xbox One. But with that said, that is probably the most faithful and damn near like the most lovingly crafted, like one of those types of collections that there was. They went out of their way to make these custom menus. They went out of their way to like make the online almost, I say to this day, of that past generation of consoles, PS3, 360, and all the fighting games on those systems. Darkstalkers Resurrection has the best netcode, hands down. That is one of the saddest things ever.
I think I have that on my 360.
It still makes me sad because you know why it makes me sad? It was like $15.
Yeah, I think I did get it because I like Darkstalkers. I think I have it on my 360.
Poverty FGC people. That's a term they have in the FGC when you broke. Yeah. The poverty members of the FGC who was sitting in the back row. Oh, what happened to Darkstalkers? They didn't buy it.
Yes.
They didn't put any money out, and they didn't buy it. And there's been no Darkstalkers ever since. There's no mention of Darkstalkers. There's been costumes in Street Fighter V. There's been like little there's characters in like other things. Morrigan is just a staple Capcom character that's in everything. She's in Marvel 3, she's in Ultimate Marvel 3, she's in Infinite. She's in the new card game Tekken.
Yeah.
Like she's a staple character, but Darkstalkers as a whole is pretty much dead.
Yeah.
And that was the chance to. And funny enough, it was called Resurrection, and that
Yeah.
was the chance to do it. So all I'm saying is Capcom is out here again saying they want to revive old things. The article that I saw this on had Darkstalkers Resurrection like front and center.
Yeah.
If Capcom, this is a call to arms.
Yeah.
If Capcom puts out another small DLC thing featuring Darkstalkers as like the main thing, maybe a collection, maybe a little maybe a little mini game thing, something that says if you buy this, we will make Darkstalkers. Please buy it.
Yeah.
Please buy it or forever hold your peace. That's all I have to say. I was there on the front line. I bought it. I still have it. I played it.
Yeah.
I wanted Darkstalkers and nobody else wanted it.
Yeah.
So
I think I bought it too just because it was $15.
yeah.
I bought it because of the price, because it's the same thing with Capcom beat 'em ups. Like I want these games to get done again. I bought it twice. I have it on PS4 and my Switch.
Yeah. Support it. Like if you want to see them continue to support it.
Yeah, because I would love to see a new age Captain Commando game.
Yeah, but that game is so gory too.
I love that game. That was the reason why I bought that collection, just because Captain Commando was in it. I got some cool games out of it, but Captain Commando was the main reason why I got it.
Yeah.
I used to have it on Super Nintendo.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's the only system that came out on, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day? Yes.
Super Nintendo. And it was a good game. It was a really fun game. I have it on the Super Nintendo, but I was like, you know what? I want to be able to play it on the go. So Beat 'em Up come out. I bought one full price when it came out on the Switch, and then the PS4 I saw it when they went on sale, and I bought it on the PS4.
Gotcha. So, I'm just saying, the call to arms, get ready. Capcom is ready to start digging in the crates, so to speak, for their old franchises. If you want Darkstalkers to be a thing, don't be a broke bitch.
Yeah.
Shell out that money. $15. But like I'm saying was literally they gave a chance, and it was like poverty prices. It was $15 for 3 games with awesome netcode and a ton of like they put like, okay, have you ever seen the Third Strike collection? The Third Strike online version that they did for those systems back then?
Yeah.
They did custom menus, a whole other soundtrack. They did little stat trackers within the games. It gave you achievements. It gave you like a ranking system. It was kind of bunk. People found a way to game the system.
Yeah.
But they put so much effort into that game, and people bought it, and nobody bought Darkstalkers. All I'm saying is somebody out here is a bunch of phonies. They just love titties. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They just love to say, I like Darkstalkers. What they really want to say is, oh, I like Felicia and Morrigan.
Just put Morrigan and Felicia on the cover, and there you go.
Well, Morrigan was front and center, not in her usual glory.
Yeah.
She was more respectable in the cover, which is interesting.
But it's just like respectable. That's your problem. That's your problem, Capcom. No respectable Morrigan. You gotta let it all out.
So, all I'll say it is they was just we found out what you really wanted, and we're not gonna give you that because you ain't give us no money. So this time, please give them money. Please give them something. If you want to see your favorite franchises, go scream at them now while they're saying this.
Yeah.
Darkstalkers, if you wanted to come back, tell them. If you want, I was gonna ask you, Mert, and maybe we could close out with this. I don't want to go too long.
Yeah. We're ready long.
Do you have 3 franchises from Capcom that are dead that you want to come back?
Well, I said one, Captain Commando. That's 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind another Maximo, like Ghosts and Goblins.
True enough.
Rival Schools.
Yeah. Me too. Oh my god.
Or Power Stone.
Well, see, that's on the outside. I'll give you that. Because they did say that the people who created it did say they wanted to make another one. So I don't know where that one is, but hopefully that's in the works. But that being said, my 3 are Rival Schools is number one for me. That game, it has so much personality, man. It has so many cool extra systems. I love the tag mode and Project Justice. Like, really, really good game. Super underrated. Two would be Power Stone. Hopefully, they go in the direction of two with the custom modes and the building of the items and stuff,
Yeah.
and to give it more replayability and all that. I would like it if the next Power Stone had a one-on-one mode that made it like the original game,
Okay.
which was really centered on just two players, like a smaller arena, um, the different health bar style and all that, or and also had a four-player, two to four player mode that had the big ones, the big areas and the big arenas and the bosses from part two, like something to mix up the both of them. I would like. And three, and nobody gives a shit about this game, but I want to see Capcom go back to their arcade roots on some stuff.
Yeah.
I want them to bring back Cannon Spike, a game like Cannon Spike,
Okay, I remember.
like an arcadey type of like. It was
I remember
really a twin joystick shooter,
Yeah.
but using Capcom characters from throughout all of their history. It had Street Fighter characters. It had what is it?
Yeah, Mega Man. It had Arthur. It had
Arthur.
was it Charlie, Cammy.
Yes, Cammy. Yes, it had a bunch of different characters from way different Capcom series.
Yeah.
Like I want to see more stuff like that where they just mix all the characters together. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff I miss from Capcom. Was a lot of the stuff never made sense. Pocket Fighter doesn't make sense. I love that game.
I love. Oh fuck, that was another one.
Pocket Fighter doesn't make sense.
Puzzle Fighter. I want to do Puzzle Fighter.
Yeah, a new one.
And not the phone one. The phone one sucked.
Yeah, not a remake. Puzzle Fighter did make sense, but people love that. Like there's just so much stuff that's just like it doesn't have to be like a continuous story, this big thing, this epic thing. No, people like Capcom because a lot of stuff is just random.
Yeah.
Just be honest. Street Fighter is so random.
Onimusha.
Street Fighter story is random.
Yeah. I would like to see Onimusha.
Well, I mean, I heard that the thing it did good. That came out last. Was it
I
last
bought
year?
it.
This year?
Yeah, I bought it. I finished it on
It was cheap. It came out like $20.
Yeah, I bought it for like 15, 10.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I haven't played this in a while. And God, that game was so good.
Yeah,
that game was really good.
I want
Capcom.
But Jean Reno.
Yeah. I liked that one. I didn't like. I don't remember 2 that well.
I never played 2.
I know I played it. I don't think I know I played it. I think I finished it. I just don't remember it.
Did you ever play the party game? The Smash Brothers esque game they had that came out before Onimusha 3?
No.
It had like most of the villains from Onimusha 3, like one of the enemies, the ninja enemy that's been in Onimusha, the main bad guy from the opening intro of Onimusha 3 who dies in the cutscene. Like they had a bunch of characters in it. And it had Mega Man. Which one is the Mega Man from the Game Boy games? With the panel?
X and Y?
No, not X and Y. Yes, but before that, what was it called? Battle Network. It had Battle Network Mega Man in there as a secret character. It was alright. It was alright. But anyway, like they tried different things. And that's kind of the Capcom I miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the random shit they used to do.
So support.
Yes, please. They're out here telling you, we want to make you happy again.
I'll tell you, there's 3 games that you could buy right now that will probably help them out, and actually they're discounted. The Capcom beat 'em ups is on there. It's I think $15 to $10 right now.
Okay.
Has great games in there. I love them. It's fun.
Is it on everything?
It's on everything. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The Street Fighter collections.
Yes.
That's
definitely
also fun. It's like $10 right now.
It's also on everything too, right?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely support Capcom.
Yes, do it.
They've been doing it great, so support them.
Yep. All right.
And Resident Evil's on sale.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Because Halloween, spooky shit.
Shit, I forgot about that.
Yep. All right.
You got anything else, Mark?
That is it. Cause we are Only on 2 hours, so I'll save everything else for next week. We'll be casting for Car Ranger this Saturday, so we'll have a new morphin cast for you for the month of October.
Yep.
And we'll probably do some spooky. Probably do the top monster for this week as well. So I don't know yet. We decided.
You know what we do on should do on Wrestling Babble? Best Halloween wrestler,
Best Halloween wrestler.
monster wrestler, or something like that.
Best monster wrestler.
Yes,
It's not a lot.
I know,
Kane.
but it's still enough.
Kane's number one.
The Yeti, the Yeti.
Kane's number one. Kane's always gonna be number one.
Yeah, he's up there.
He burned Shane McMahon's testicles. That makes him number one.
He shocked him with that battery. Oh, one of the
Kane,
best.
Taker's not number one. It's Kane. Kane's number one.
Kane is number one.
Yes. All right. Let's wrap it up.
Yep. Make sure you check us out. Where we at now on Twitch TV/Merc with the Mic?
Yep.
Is that where we are, Merc?
Yes, we are.
All right. So make sure you catch us there live on Sundays. Well, what time are we supposed to be doing these?
11.
Okay.
11
so,
and 1.
yeah, we're usually live on Merc with the Mic on Twitch around 11ish, maybe 11:30. So make sure you're there if you want to hear these live. But you can also catch us on YouTube. What is it? SoundCloud.
Yep.
Instagram, Twitter. What else we got? We got a WordPress and a Facebook group.
Yep.
And that's all Red Cyclone Inc. And after Sundays, they go up on all of those. Usually they're on the YouTube and the SoundCloud.
Yep.
And Merc, where you at?
Follow me on all social medias. This is my Twitch TV, Mark with the Mic. Also follow me on YouTube, Instagram, SoundCloud, and Twitter, Tumblr, all Mark with the Mic. And follow our Facebook group, the Wrestling Wink, and the Wrestling Babble pages. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Yes. Sandwiches.
Peace out. Laters, and buy Darkstalkers.
But yes, if they help Capcom.
I want more Morgana titties, so I'm fine with that. Darkstalkers, I'll buy it again. I like the game.
Yeah, me too.
The werewolf was my dude.
Yeah, Tao Bane, that's that dude.
Yeah, man. I actually had a figure of him.
Wait, what? Where'd you get that from? Toys R Us back in the day?
I think so. Yeah, because the Darkstalkers had like a line of figures.
I remember the Street Fighter figure.
And I have the Wolfbane one. Yeah.
I have her again. I had the X-Men versus Street Fighter one, and she was in one of those sets. Yeah, the Marvel's Capcom set. Yes, they had a little Mega Man. I remember that.
Yeah.
My brother had that.
All right.
That
Peace out.
was had dirty.